Hey family, I am just up on this Tuesday morning. It's a little after 6 a.m., maybe about 6:30-ish, but I have been reading this book called The Art and Science of Personal Magnetism. And I am currently in a section that is talking about how to manage your nerve force. Also, you may know it as your life force. Star Wars fans, we're my Star Wars fans because I'm a Star Wars fan. It is it's that inner power that you have that you know how to control. And we are at a point in the book where the conversation is about how to develop the physical part of personal magnetism. And it is really just about controlling that energy and really understanding how important your breath work is and just having reverence for that breathing. But we got to a point in this book that just kind of flagged me. And then I thought about how this has shown up in my life and how I've been able to navigate it. And essentially, what we're talking about is managing and maintaining your positive states and vibrations. And I thought about, well, let me just read the part that triggered it. So it said, um, we're in chapter 4, and we are talking about how people's energy affects us. When someone walks into the room that has positive, uplifting energy, we are typically then uplifted and feeling positive versus someone who comes into the room and is negative. They are sour. It just is, they suck the energy out of the room. So, how do you maintain your positive state, especially if you came into this space positive, optimistic? How do you maintain that state? Because there are some people who have very, very strong energies in that way that it can just leave you feeling, weakened or drained. And so, um, when you don't have control over your nerve force, your life force, you can be easily affected and absorb the nerve force of others. Um, and they're like energy vampires. And so this part says, who of you have not met this last class of persons and have not noted how depressed and weakened one is after having been in the company of such persons for some time? And I thought, whew, ain't that it? And then I thought, but what happens if you can't avoid the unhappy and the unlucky? How do you navigate that? And if any of you have ever read the 48 Laws of Power, there is a chapter that talks about how to avoid the unhappy and unlucky for the same reason. And that reason is they, the people who are unhappy, perpetually unlucky, perpetually woe is me, they don't see the positive in anything. They don't see, the optimism in anything that can affect you. That can, oh my God. Like, and again, what happens if you can't avoid the unhappy and unlucky? What if you work with someone who is unhappy and unlucky? What if you live with someone who is unhappy and unlucky? That goes back to, you know, Neville Goddard's teachings of one, we're all mirror images, right? We're all pushed out. But even deeper than that, we have to learn how to maintain positive states and vibration and have tools at the ready. I have tools ye not know of so that if and when the unhappy and unlucky, you got to navigate around them with them. You have weapons that you can use to get you back in that right vibration so that your life continues to flow and manifest. So I was starting to think about some techniques that I use and I have found to be so helpful in maintaining positive vibrations. So, one of my techniques is to radiate and vibrate joy. And you do this yourself, you saturate yourself daily with the vibration of joy. It can be with listening to an uplifting song, reading a positive, inspiring poem. It could be getting into a joyful meditation and vibrational state, which is my favorite way to do it. And you do this by centering and relaxing yourself, and when you feel relaxed and your breathing is controlled, you imagine a scene, real or faux, faux pas, that reminds you of a joyful time, a milestone birthday, a promotion, graduation, the birth of your child, purchasing your first home, your first, big girl job, walking on the beach. It is an image, it is a scene that just automatically brings a smile to your face and a vibration of expansion in your body. That is what you are going for. And when you get to that space, when you got that smile on your face, when you feel your body just buzzing and vibrating with that lightness, with that joy, recalling that memory, you breathe it all in. You breathe it in. I mean, you pull it up. I pull it up from my like, my root chakra. Sometimes I'll see myself planted with my hands down on my legs, my feet firmly on the floor, and I'll feel like that energy and that joy just radiating up from the center of the earth. That is a lot of power. That is a lot of nerve force. And when you have that ball welled up inside you at that crown chakra, you just hold it there for a minute. And I then like to layer this with saying words in my mind's eye, my third eye, in bold, bright letters on the screen of my mind. Words like sunshine, happiness, love, serenity, laughter, fun, and continue breathing. Take your time and say it and just breathe it in. Breathe it in. Breathe out all the negativity and breathe in that joyful vibration. You can even throw in some I am statements. When, I am joyful. I am happiness. When you're ready, when I'm ready, um, you count yourself out of the meditation. You slow up your breathing. You start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You know, you just start to allow yourself to get back into the room, into the space that you're in, flutter your eyes a little bit, and then open your eyes because you can now go about your day knowing you have anchored yourself in joy and that you are radiating the vibration of joy. I tell you, wonderful, it is a wonderful feeling. And then throughout your day, especially before meetings or during stressful situations, recently I was at the dentist, head back halfway, up, upside down, sick of it, sick of everybody. And here I'm saying to myself, count it all joy, radiate joy, joy, joy. It's joyful. This process is joyful. And my body, again, just immediately vibrate. I immediately got back into that state. And before you knew it, was over. It's done. It's out of there. Um, so say to yourself throughout the day, joy, see it flash in your third eye, push it out to others who are unhappy and unlucky and you can't avoid them. Say to yourself, I radiate joy. Joy is my birthright. and you will shift back into that vibration. And you may also notice that the people that you are dealing with who are unhappy and unlucky, they start to shift. They may have some breakthroughs where they're not as negative and sour and downtrodden as they normally are. They might go back into it. But again, your goal is not to change them. Your goal is to change you and get into your own magnetic flow. That's it. And then, watch what happens next. It is just quite an experience to have that control over your life force, your energy. And again, you get to a point where, you will really be doing, some miraculous things. And that is exciting. So stay rich in spirit. That again was a book called The Art and Science of Personal Magnetism by Theron Q. Dumont. I will put the book in the description. All right, y'all. Have a blessed, blessed, wonderful day. Pass on that joy. And if you felt the joy in the screen, leave a comment, like the video, share it with somebody else who needs some joy. But again, you you're sharing it and you are radiating it. So share it and then send that person that you are sharing it to that same joy. Right? We're just passing it on. Pass on the joy. Okay. All right. Bye.